the late 80s, early 90s, I saw so many unbelievable, incredible shows like that. Saw Guns N' Roses unsigned, saw Poison unsigned, saw Jane's Addiction unsigned,
Oh,
saw Body
wow.
Count early on.
In the clubs?
Just yeah, I saw Warrant before Janny Lane was the singer. I saw Janny Lane in Plain Jane before he was in Warrant. Like I saw so much
Wow.
stuff. I saw Axl Rose when he was in a band called Rapid Fire before Hollywood Rose, before Rose. When he first got off the bus, he answered a recycler ad and did 4 or 5 shows with a heavy metal band called Rapid Fire. I saw one of those shows
Holy
opening
shit.
up for Steve Vai on the Flexible tour at the Country Club. And I went because my pal Dweezil Zappa, as I told you, my guitar teacher, he was like, hey, man, Frank's guitar player just left the band, but he's doing this solo tour and he's my pal and I'm going to be jamming with him. I'm going to put you on the list. And I was such a dumb little kid that like I asked my parents, like, will you guys take me to go see Dweezil play with this guy Steve Vai? And they were like, no. And so I asked my friends' parents, and they were like Frank Zappa fans, and they were like, okay, sure, we'll go. What time does it start? And I just looked at the flyer, or I looked at like the ticket Dweezil gave me or whatever, and it said like 8 o'clock, meaning like doors, 8 o'clock. And I was just like, I guess we've got to be there at 8 o'clock. So we got there at probably 7:45, but 8 o'clock meant there was a band at 8, a band at 9, a band at 10, and then Steve Vai went on at 11 o'clock. The very first band that went on was called Rapid Fire, and it featured Axl Rose on vocals.
What were they playing covers, originals? Do you
No,
remember?
they're playing originals. If you can go online right now and look up Axl Rose Rapid Fire. They have a song called Rumble. And here's the connection is that for years and years and years before I even understood, like meaning from my point of view at that time, I just went and saw an unknown band that no one's ever heard of called Rapid Fire. But what I remember is that they had this fucking song called Rumble. And it went, when you want oh, go down, and was like, oh man, where do you want to go? The Rumble, like the Warriors, like the Wanderers. I was like, my little teenage brain, I'd never seen like I'd only seen professional bands at that point. So like now I'm watching, like I'm probably 14 and I'm watching a bunch of like 17 or 18-year-olds, like kids. And they're playing original music, and he's doing this song, Where Do You Want to Go? The Rumble. And I went up when they finished, and there was only like 12 people there when they played. I went up to the singer, long-haired, red-haired, skinny kid, and said, hey, man, can I get your autograph? And he went, what? Why would you want that? And I go, because your band was incredible. I loved it. And he goes, all right. And by the way, he gave me I didn't save it, of course, but it probably didn't even say Axl Rose. It probably said William Bailey. I mean,
Right,
he wasn't
Bailey.
Axl yet. So, but I didn't know any of this. Now it's like 86, and it's the second annual MTV Music Awards ever. And my pal, Dweezil Zappa, was not hosting the awards, but he was a MTV host at this time. And him and Moon were like hosting on MTV. And so it was the second annual music awards, and Moon and Dweezil were going to go up and do some sort of presentation thing. So Dweezil says, hey man, I'm going on this MTV thing. You should come with me and hang out and be my guest. So, all right. So I go to that. And we're in this backstage area where there's like a dance floor, and there's this long line of free food, like a catering area of free food. And I see Axl and Slash, who at this point I've seen in Guns N' Roses, and I did not know that I was not making the connection.
Still didn't make the connection.
Rapid Fire, but I had seen Guns N' Roses at that point, and they were a popular LA band. And I even think I knew they had a record deal, but the record was not out. They were not famous yet. I see them because, this time Slash has still got the top hat, Axl's. I mean, they look like exactly like they looked in the Welcome to the Jungle video, basically in the full leather outfit. But I see them on the catering line, and they're so poor because they're not famous yet. They're taking bread and pastas and like shoving it in their jacket and like stealing food. And so I'm like, oh man, that's those fucking Guns N' Roses guys. So I walk up to him and I go, hey, are you Axl and Slash? And I'm a little kid. Like, I mean, I'm probably 14 at this point, but they're maybe in their early 20s. And I go, hey, are you Axl and Slash? And they're like they thought they got busted. They're like, maybe. And I go, oh, no, I saw you guys last weekend in San Francisco with Jet Boy. And they're like, oh, yeah. And I go, and I'm going to go see you guys next week with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And now they're kind of warming up to me. They're like, yeah, all right, kid. Yeah, cool. And I go, you know, the Red Hot Chili Peppers are known for playing totally naked and putting socks on their dicks. So, like, what are you guys going to do? Are you guys going to just walk out totally naked? And just like out of Spinal Tap, like Axl turns to Slash and he goes like, hey, man, this kid says we should walk out naked and show our dicks. And Slash is like, like Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah.
like, show our dicks. That's cool. And he was like, all right, cool, kid. And that was my Guns N' Roses story.
Oh man.